Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Casual Esports Amateur League. I'm A1 Support with,
I am Hyeris.
and we're going to be your two casters for tonight. So, tonight we're going to start off. You guys can see the Ionian division standings, which is our highest division standings. Um, as you can see, Team Tempest currently holds the top spot because they have all their games recorded. Up until this point, wasted potential is 8-0 at this point. They just their lazy captain, Connor, get on it, um, is has not put in the latest game scores, so they're actually topping the table at 8-0 with a perfect record. But right now, all that really matters is Nerdy Pandas and Guardian Gaming. These two teams are battling out for a playoff spot. If the Nerdy Pandas go 1-1 tonight, then they are guaranteed and locked in for a playoff spot, whereas Guardian Gaming has to go 2-0 to keep their playoff dreams alive. Um, so it's going to be a very intense matchup. I'm really excited. Do you have any opinions before the game starts?
I just want to see who's gonna pick up the Malphite and who's gonna ban it.
Yeah, so we say this because between the two teams, the top laner, GG Ricky Ninja, I believe has played Malphite 5 times in all their games, and for on the side of Nerdy Pandas, it's the jungle Malphite has been picked up 3 times for I believe that would be E E carry is here. So I'm very interested to see how contested this Malphite pick is, if it gets picked up, if it gets banned. Um, yeah, I'm really excited to get into the game.
So am I.
Yeah, any like initial thoughts, like interesting matchups you're gonna be looking out for in the games?
Well, honestly, I myself, I'm a top main, so I'm curious to see how these top laners are gonna do it. For the most part, they have very opposite play styles. Gangplank Renekton on one side, Cannon Poppy Malphite on the other. I
Yeah,
just want to see how volatile that's gonna be.
this is actually the top lane matchup has the biggest rank disparity between the two teams from plat 4 to gold 4. So I'm really curious to see how that. I can look too. Second. Uh, 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 hold on, give me a second.
All right, so for these rankings here, only the top 4 teams will be able to make it into semifinals and such. GG over here has to win both games to even have a chance of getting into semifinals. So let's see what they pop out. If they try anything interesting. Let's hope I have a good game here. There you go. GG picked up the Malphite already. I mean, at this point, it was either a pick ban, without a doubt. So for our league meta here, Morgana has been one of those top picks, and it seems she's been more of a 100% pick ban rate for pretty much every league at this point, if I'm not mistaken. Well, every division. This is Lee Sin. I honestly do not agree with NP picking up that Jinx there, just for the mere fact that Malphite has a prime target. On the side of GG here, Silas and Corky bans, focusing that sub player right there, Mansferg, trying to get him off of his comfort picks. Good choices, to be honest. Ooh, an Annie pick. Kind of interested in that one. They have this AoE team fight comp going on for GG. Kindred.
How's this sounding? Is it still quiet, guys? Hello, hello, I'm back. Sorry for my mic being super quiet. It's just always how it's been. It's really weird. All right. So, overall, looks like a very, very AP heavy comp from the side of GG, because of the Kaisa having mixed damage with built in with her passive autos, of course, where it's a very, very heavy AD kind of comp, from the side of MP, outside of the Syndra, unless this Amumu decides to build a little bit more than just tank, if you know what I'm saying.
I mean, at this point, him going tank, in my honest opinion, right now, really wouldn't make much of a difference just for the mere fact that the rest of his team is so squishy, and GG just wants to all in with that AoE wombo combo they got going on. So that one tank can't really frontline.
Yeah, this is very, very true. I feel as though solo tanking in this game would be very, very difficult. So kind of making maybe a possibly like a hybrid build with like a Leon Jardies or a Rylai's in there as well to give them some HP, as well as some AP to make those ultimates a little bit more effective, locking down targets and the like, um, would be very, very good for this comp.
I completely agree with you on that part. I just think the comps that they picked up right now are quite interesting. GG has this all in kind of wombo combo team going on, while on the opposite side we have a similar comp, but they do it in a different way. They have the ability to disengage with that Lissandra, but at the same time they can also hard initiate on it.
To me, like looking, I wasn't really watching the pick and bans at the beginning because of trying to fix my mic. But the Silas ban, yeah, it could be a thing for the mid laner Ransburg, but Silas, even if it's it's a really threatening pick, but I feel like it's to me it should really have fallen down a lot in priority because of all these nerfs that it's received over time. And I just Yeah, it's really Silas is super super good still. I feel like, but he has to be played in the correct matchups, and some of those there's a lot of very volatile matchups that he tends to lose nowadays.
I think for the most part that ban was not solely just focused on a comfort pick, but they do have a lot of ultimates that he could take, which could ruin their entire
Yeah,
plan. He could
the,
pick up the
that
Malphite
Malphite,
or the Annual.
that would be huge. The Kindred would also be a very big one. This is true. I didn't actually think about that. That's the lynch that Silas always tends to create. Is that how effective are the ultimates that can be picked up from both sides? Um, So yeah, in my personal opinion, I genuinely think that this comp of this absolute hard scaling composition that is the Gangplank Syndra Drink combo, if this Rakan and Zamumu can get the right picks going, I think this game could be very easily won. But I also think if anybody gets ahead on the side of Golden Guardians, Golden Gaming, is it again? GG. We'll just call them GG.
GG.
Um, that this game could go south very, very quickly. And I'm also curious to see if it's the Predator Annie that has been slowly popping up more and more with that E buff.
Yeah, that is totally true. I honestly do think that if GG is able to get ahead, either the Annie or the Malphite, Jinx will not have a realistic way of escaping or surviving without using Flash. Like,
Yeah,
there's no way.
even with Redemption, even with a Recon ult, or even with Recon shielding and healing and peeling and all this that he can do, I'm not sure if she can stop dying from Malphite Annie, even with like a Hex Drinker or a Malmortius spin. But given, what do you think the win conditions for each team is? Are you still there? Did I cut out or something? Did I don't think he died. Well, Anson, what are you thinking? Oh, okay.
What what was the question?
What do you think each team's win conditions really should be for both sides?
So GG wants to hard engage with the Malphite and Annie. I don't know if Annie's going Predator or not, but that would be ideal. Um, Nerdy just kind of wants to uh, play front to back. Like Amumu and Rakan can kind of engage. Um, but really, like the long range of Jinx, Syndra, and Gangplank is just super incredible. Um,
Yeah,
GG doesn't really have that as an option. They have to go all in and blow up Syndra and Jinx,
yeah,
um, or one of those two plus Gangplank, to really do anything because they have burst, but they don't have sustained damage. IMO.
all right.
Gotta love those technical difficulties.
All right, I can go back to being silent again.
Nah, nah, nah. We need you.
Yeah, I'm back.
No, we need the threesome.
Unlucky, this is true. Anyways, I personally think the side of GG has a lot of scaling. They have double marksman, double crit marksman at that, depending on what the Kaisa builds, with a lot of possibility for a lot of extra attack speed and bonus damage on this Lulu and this Annie and this Malphite with just so much CC out there. And if somebody tries to get bursted down, like if Syndra does manage to find a pick, a Lulu ulti can save the likes of an Annie or a Kai'Sa or a Kindred. And Kindred, let's not forget, has that ultimate, which could be a very, very big tilting point for either team, realistically. But interesting for me is that the combats on bot lane heal are both AD carries, but exhaust from the Lulu and ignite from the Rakan. So maybe gonna try to snowball that lane. Maybe try to get that Amumu down there and create some sort of gank.
I honestly think that's just for the mere fact that if Jinx gets steam like rolling with the assist or anything like that, and her movement speed and her attack speed is completely stacked, like she's gonna be an unstoppable force if they don't get their wombo correctly.
All right, so here is some very, very interesting summoners for me. Glacial Malphite, not going Glacial unfortunately, but going Comet, which I do see as a keystone sometimes on that champion. Um,
Yeah.
AP Malphite does make a lot of sense. Um, but this Comet Gangplank,
Um,
I'm curious to see how this works.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think the Comet is interesting to me. I can see how it would work. I'm not sure if it's necessarily going to work.
You see, primarily the only way I would see that realistically working
Is on
is with
MP
the barrel combo.
because it reliably slows the Q.
Exactly.
Welcome to
Yeah.
Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
Standard kind of 5-point formation side of the GG. A little bit more aggressive from the side of what's Nerdy Pandas. Remember. No interesting really early items. Gangplank going the
Minions have spawned.
rejuvenation potion. What's that called?
Corrupting potion.
Um, looks like it's gonna be a blue side start for the Amumu and a red side start for Kindred. Oh, the Doran's ring start from the Malphite. Maybe for that Q spam to try to get this Gangplank out of lane. Another interesting thing that I spotted, Dark Harvest Annie as opposed to Predator. Not something you see every day, but I could see the scaling.
I could see that working with the whole burst concept they have going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a really good, interesting pickup here. Looking at the map start, ward placed in on the blue side or the top side river to see any possible invading side of the Pandas. Is it? Like
He's popping. Alright, so we have a little trade going on here down in that bot side, which honestly, I would think that the Lulu should be able to outpoke him for the most part. We have Kindred here roaming in his camps, nothing too special. Some trades going on in the top lane, keeping that poke down.
lots
Gangplank.
of mana both sides. Gangplank already using two parts of the corrupting potion. Syndra also placing a ward that might spot up this Kindred. Fortunately, it does not. 2 wards down into the bot lane. I'm always interested to see how one-tricks perform on champions that aren't necessarily their one-trick or have similar play styles like their one-trick. Take, for example, the Yi. The Yi carry is here, who is quite obviously a Master Yi one-trick. And a movie plays nothing like it, so I'm quite interested to see how this goes.
I think in that situation, it'd just be a little more different on the play style. I mean, it is similar, the all-in concept and everything, but Yi is more of a carry as compared to a Mumu here who just wants to just live. Got Kindred up here. Malphite is behind a couple of CS, but that's to be expected in the matchup. Gangplank into anything melee is pretty annoying, regardless of the situation.
Early call out of Gangplank and a Sapphire Crystal.
I mean, I've thought about doing that myself as well, but I don't think it's very... It is going to be efficient. But when you're talking about his early game, I mean, it's just going to take him a little bit longer to hit that mid to late game power spike he needs.
Interesting to me. Only one. No one has any stopwatches. That item is still way overtuned. I think it builds really well onto a lot of champions. Gangplank is like the token user of it. When it used to be 6 minutes is when it got activated, and everybody just tries to gank GP over and over. I find it quite curious that no one ever really gains it anymore.
I kind of agree with you on that part, but I just think it works well on Gangplank only if he's going to run that Kleptomancy rune page setup. If not, it's just kind of a wasted page.
Alright.
You have a Mumu here rotating towards his bot side.
A little bit of pushing up forwards from Vision Lord. As his name states, dude gets a lot of vision down. I remember when my team played against them that he had a lot of vision score, and it was really, really annoying because there seemed to always be wards, and they seemed to sometimes know more about what we were doing than we did. It was really frustrating. Anyways, mark on to the enemy raptor buff for the Kindred.
Okay.
Exchange of flashes in the mid lane. A little bit of counter jumping going on right here. The Kindred trying to get her mark, pushing the Amumu out of the raptor pit. Has a little bit of backup. Oh, is this gonna be first blood? Ignite used from the Syndra to get that kill, but
that was an interesting fight.
It was a very interesting fight, but both mid laners get a kill from that, and I believe first blood went to Annie. It did. But
yes.
The gold is mitigated from the CS lead the Syndra carries. In fact, the Syndra's actually up in CS still. Gangplank ulti used to clear the way on top side. Everything so far is pretty even. Farm is pretty even in jungle and bot lane. But in top lane, taking a little bit of a lead, but of course that's that pseudo ranged into melee matchup that Gangplank has. Gangplank does have the inspiration second because you can see that he's in negative gold.
That is totally true. I mean, if that was the situation, why did he not pick up that stopwatch like he said? That is, I'm very curious about that.
I'm wondering what he took instead. Maybe the ultimate CD? Ultimate CD?
I could see that, but I mean, it's not a major thing to take.
Not. I'm very curious. Yeah. Oh no. After the game, see. But bot lane gets it back inside of GG. Just a 500 gold lead to start right now from the side of Nerdy Pandas. Scuttle Crab cleared on the top side by Kindred. Not sure if she wants to take a fight considering she's leveled down. Ooh.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Here we go. Kindred skirmishing in the top side river. Malphite with the ulti. It's a 3v2. The Annie's slowly coming up. Might get that movement speed from Scuttle Crab to give it a little bit more oomph from the team fight there. But everything's going to be negated as 0-0. No summoners really burned from either side on the exchange, just the Malphite ulti.
I kind of like that aggression they had there. Nerdy Pandas was still able to rotate faster, so then overall they lost nothing on both sides.
True.
But the Malphite ulted into that fight, tried to buy the time for that Annie to get in there to try to get one of those kills. But overall, I mean, it's a skirmish. It worked out for both teams for the most part.
Yeah, nothing really too costly blown from either side. And the game moves on. Lots of vision towards the top side, but side of Nerdy Pandas. 3 wards up and around that pit. It's 9 minutes. Do they pull something like Clutch Gaming and go straight to friggin' Herald at 10 minutes? Who knows? Forward pressure from the Kindred, drops the ulti right away. Oh my god, flash forward for the Annie.
Bot lane for Nerdies is already here.
Jump forward to the Kaisa, ultimate defended from the side of Syndra. Lots of flashing on here, just freaking puts the blue buff to Syndra. Gets something, Jigsaw comes down, gets a kill onto the Kaisa. Lots of damage being thrown around here. Jigsaw flashes forward to get onto the Kaisa. This Annie doing a little bit of damage, might be able to get the kill onto Gangplank. Let's see. Tibbers running it down. Ooh! Syndra picking up the Tibbers and throws it down to the Raptor pit. Gangplank doesn't die. That is, I believe, a 2 for nothing. Oh, 4 for 1. I don't know. That would be a 3 for 1?
I believe it was a 3 for 1.
3 for 1 for the side of Nerdy Pandas. Expanded their gold lead to just about 2,000 gold. Well, Malphite got a free farm in the top lane to try to catch up on the CS. Gangplank now taking the mid lane, holding in Syndra. Yeah, a little bit of over-aggression from the Kindred, the initial IGT, and burning the ultimate for only one person. Not quite sure if that aggression was warranted, but it put him down to the hole a little bit on that fight.
I mean, I do understand where GG's coming from in this part. They want to make sure that Kindred keeps that move as behind as possible. But I mean, that was just a little bit too risky. There was no real ward coverage on either side, to be honest. So they were literally walking into that blind.
I felt as though that a lot of the vision kind of been spent topside for this Herald. But now you can see there's one control ward in the tri-brush for the side of GG, and the control ward in the Ocean Dragon pit, and Amumu might be going and looking at it right now. I believe he is. The top side is now rotating up for it. The Kindred's in the top side of the river on the Scuttle Crab, so I think this is just going to go free for the side of Nerdy Pandas.
If they get that Ocean Drake, that'll be huge. And as I say it, they did get it, but that is going to be huge for the side of Nerdy Pandas.
That's huge for especially something like the Gangplank. Ultimate use from the side of the Syndra, but try to burst him down. Comes forward, and he uses her ulti in return. Does indeed get the kill. Khan making sure the Syndra can die to Tibbers. Just easy, almost pretty much a total kill in the mid lane. For Khan there to help out. Did expend the flash, possibly skirmish on the top side. Kindred moving forward onto the Gangplank also, as long as the Malphite flash cues forward, gets that kill. That's a trade kill, 1v1 on that whole trade in a little bit of time.
Oh, we got some action going here in the bot side. We're gonna go in.
He
Nope.
just used a lot of things. So Ignite coming back up very, very shortly. I believe there's about a 15-second cooldown there that he has. And the Kindred pushing this early, and this Syndra very, actually not very low at all. Still relatively low, close to full HP, but could not contest 2v2 with Malphite ulting down onto the pit to try to get their stacks. Possible engage forward, dodge out of the way from the side of the Kaisa. Jeremy, very good move there. Khan very, very low on mana. Might not be able to do much for a full combo. In fact, that would be... He has 145 mana. It's interesting that he's going at W max. Not something you typically see from the side of the Recons. You see E or Q max more often, or generally something like 3 points into Q and then full max E.
Yeah. I'm honestly quite curious what this Malphite's gonna build. We were expecting that he was gonna go some kind of AP build with that Comet he has going on, but now that he's going tank, honestly, that Comet ain't that great.
Oh, trading the top side. This Malphite doing lots of damage. Wow. That is a lot of damage. Flash forward, extended side of position mode. Ultimate used as well to try to lock down this Kaisa. The ultimate completely used and the Jinx ultimate. 3 ultimates for that side of 2, I believe. And you do pick up the kill, and Syndra solo kills Annie in the mid lane as well at the same time. A lot of stuff used there to try to kill that Kaisa though. Rakan, all of the Rakan summoners use ultimate, Jinx ultimate, and Amumu ultimate were used, but they may get this turret in return just before. No, they don't get it before the turret plating falls. They do manage to get 3 plates total there, which is quite a lot of. And this gold lead has now expanded to about 2.8k or so. Oracle lenses picked up from both the jugglers, and this Rakan's going to go back and pick one up for himself as well. Fairly good CSing from lots of parties. The Syndra, the Jinx, the Gangplank, the Kaisa all have fairly good farm. Fairly standard to have about this much farm at about the level that we're playing in. For people who don't know, the level of competition here is about anywhere from gold to diamond. I believe that one of the players in this game is diamond. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head who, but one of them I believe is diamond, what I've heard. But this Kindred now has Warrior Enchant on her Red Smite along with the Berserker Greaves. So kind of a big spike for her. Doesn't necessarily have a kill. How many stacks does she have? She currently has 4 stacks, so she does have her first reset on her passive, which is quite good for her. Very strong in the game. Possible collapse on the Syndra control ward, but the flash is spending right away. That's a solo kill. Ooh, that's 3 abilities, folks, from Syndra.
That is huge for Mansberg there. I mean, yes, he did use his flash, but 3 kills.
That's huge. That might be another one. If the Mansberg gets the mana back up again. Oh my! Flashes forward. Cast the ultimate. Who's gonna pull this one out of the bag? 700 gold shutdown going on the side of the Kindred. Gangplank ultimate used to try to take the Kindred down as well, but it doesn't get the kill in the end. But the Gangplank might be able to chase him down with the flash forward, but he doesn't have it. This Kindred gets away with a huge bounty. And while we were, I don't know, not paying attention, I guess, but does manage to pick up that Red Herald itself.
That was amazingly played by both sides there. Mansberg. Oh, we gotta go in here. That first tower might go down.
In the bot side? So I guess we've got to go back to
skirmish.
Lots of vision put output towards the bot side from both squads. With the Cloud Drag up currently. Not one of the greatest drags considered by most people. Still could be very valuable. It's very good for Rakan for the movement speed that he gets from it would be very good for the aim for the Titan, and just movement speed to try to get into these fights a lot more effectively. Without that predator, I feel like the premise there with the Dark Harvest is really good, but I'm not quite sure that without Predator and he's as effective champion, the Mumu Q just narrowly going wide there. But 5 people are rotated down from both sides, trying to make it possible with this gangplank and the flash used from both sides. That's a kill onto the gangplank. Lots and lots used there. For Khan, good. Also letting score with the grand entrance. Lots of something being blown here. Night long from the side. Jinx looking forward, has the heal from the Kai'Sa just to keep her alive along with the Kindred limping away as she does with her regular running in. And no dragon taken, but that fight went heavily. Actually, it was a 1-for-1 trade, and I keep my mouth shut. It was a 1-for-1 trade, but it felt like a lot. It went a lot worse on the side of GG.
I think that's where the weakness of GG's team comp is starting to like really kick in. As you notice, that Malphite ulti and the Annie ulti for a single pick, but after those ultis are wasted, they have nothing to continue the fight.
Barrel check combo later on the Kindred. Ultimate used from the side of the gangplank as well. Dragon goes over to the side of Nerdy Pandas after all this is happening. But this game keeps using this art to try to kill this Kindred, but with all the dashing he gets from the Q, it's just not going to happen. He starts taking down on the bot side at the same time. This gold lead is slowly snowballing into something bigger and bigger. Kindred with an interesting buy in my eyes. That's a Ghost Blade. Also dropping the Rift Herald before it expires. I believe that's going to follow bot lane. Ooh, they're going to have to try to push up his bot lane to try to get something from this Rift Herald. 4 members are to the bot side though, so this could be very, very effective. Now, 3 members sitting in base from the side of Nerdy Pandas, kind of just chilling out. So, Iris, I go to you.
All right.
What's
What's going on in my mind right now? I'm thinking, GG still has a chance to win this game. There's a fight, free pick on the Jinx. Yep, the good roam for their part.
Wolf gets the kill and the Rift Herald goes forward. Is the only person down the bot side of the map to top to push is the Rakan with the Jinx dead. And now that I think about it, Xayah wasn't banned, was she?
I believe she was.
Because if she wasn't, I'm very curious. So that's a solo kill for the Malphite on the Syndra. We want the damage to cut. Oh my days. Is this Malphite also going to trade it? No, he doesn't get the trade 2 for 1, but Annie's going to mid lane it. And another kill into the bot side, giving this Rakan from 3-man push bot side. This Rift Herald is no longer alive, unfortunately. But Annie gets a turret mid lane. They get 2 turrets bot lane. Malphite gets a solo kill topside onto the Syndra, even though he's building no damage in this build, aside from the Catalyst, which is barely a damage event. You really can't even consider it a damage event. But this Malphite does so much damage.
That was huge for GG. They made that gap in that gold difference way smaller. It went from a 5,000 gold lead to 2,000.
Just like that, and it's the red buff is now marked. The enemy red buff on the north side of the map is now marked for the Kindred. Let's look at the item completions here now. Gangplank with Eternity. Very, very strong. Yeah, with that passive giving him extra gold. Definitely helps push that gold advantage, and is 2,000 gold up, and this Malphite is still doing so much work. I can never remember the name of this item. The Haunting Guy's in for Amumu, so Pete is going to go into this Ionian, give the team a little bit more AP, a little bit of HP. This Kai'Sa slowly stacking up from Manamune. Currently has 556 so far, so slowly stacking that up. That's Spellbinder, I believe, coming in for the side of the Syndra to try to maybe get away from some kite, maybe go in for some just absolute nasty damage. Landing, maybe pop the Lulu, maybe pop the Kai'Sa or something, who knows. But this main member I want to talk about is this 3-item Kindred with PD, Warrior, Yomos. What are your takes on this Lethality Kindred?
I mean, I could see it working. I understand it. And it does work with what they're going for right here. This bursty AoE team comp. So it does work. It works pretty well in my opinion there. But I mean, just right now they need to try to stop this bleeding that they got going on. They got that good team fight, and there's action coming up here on the top side.
Amumu pushing a little bit forward with almost really no help. Just the Syndra sitting there with Jinx, sorry. Very, very close by. But somebody had to do this Gangplank. This Gangplank got a bot lane turret and all that time. Split pushing. This Gangplank has to be matched to Silent at all times, or else he's just going to be able to take turret after turret with that Triforce. Flash forward from the Annie onto the Syndra. His ultimate also used 3-man ultimate from the side of the Amumu. For the Amumu 3v1, gets absolutely deleted off the face of the earth. But the Malphite misses everyone entirely. Full members, your types of flash. Trying to go forward, trying to do some damage to the She's now got reset stream. Has introducing the ultimate, and that's just an ace for the side of Nerdy Pandas.
GG had the right idea. They had the perfect idea. They just did not execute it correctly. And honestly, I was gonna say why Nerdy Pandas isn't picking up, you know, the QSS tax to avoid the CC or survive it. And just there, they showed they
don't need it.
Just don't need it.
Because Syndra lived for so long and managed to stay alive as well. That team fight goes 5 for 1 because the only member to die was the Amumu. And all this time, he was gone and does also get the Baron. And this Gangplank, I believe, has gone untouched for too long, and this is going to be doing so much damage to these spikes. The Dark Seal was picked up previously by the Syndra, now has 6 stacks on that. The Jinx just getting resets in that fight too did a lot of work. Maybe that Rakan died too because he got his death and I didn't see him die. Oh wait, that was probably from the bot lane. One herald push. Ooh, possibly a sneaky Ocean Dragon side of GG. Jinx getting rapid fire can up to very strong 3-item power spike to the side of the Jinx, but Kaisa is so far behind, an entire item behind this Jinx.
I'm just curious how GG's gonna do this. I mean, their team fight is technically slightly easier to initiate and to engage on with the Malphite Annie, but I think they need to switch up their tactics from trying to get these single picks for some reason to going to a front-to-back team fight, so that way they can get the perfect positioning to get those ults off correctly.
I agree entirely, and the big problem with this team comp is that Kindred is really the only person who, never mind that, but Malphite goes in, gets an ultimate on to the Jinx, sorry, and that's the only person who gets it onto, but the team fight is going very well inside of Golden Guardian, and kite out from the Kindred and the Lulu and Kaisa and Annie is coming out here. The ulti buys them a lot of time, but the Syndra hits the Dark Sphere on the Kindred before, right as she comes at a stopwatch, and that stopwatch is honestly wasted in my eyes because I don't think they're looking from that in any way, shape, or form. But that team fight does go 3 for 2 for the side of Nerdy Pandas, and this barrier push, what I was going to say is that it's going to be really hard for the side of GG to clear out these waves because Kindred is the only reliable source of 80 damage to clear out these minions because of all the AP that Kaisa has right now. All she has is the Manamune, which gives really not that much AD, and uses Rage Blade, which only gives 25 AD and ATD. The Annie doesn't really have a reliable way to clear against Baron minions because they have so much resistance to magic damage. So.
GG, again, they're trying their best to use their comp to the best of their abilities, but again, during that beginning of that fight, Malphite just keeps hitting the single target. Exactly.
Don't get me wrong, it was a very important target, got a shutdown from it, but honestly, you need to hit the Jinx and the Syndra and hopefully the Gangplank too to make this team fight super reliable.
It's one of those things of why pick up the wombo if you're not gonna combo.
I agree completely, but there has been some very good mode on the side of GG. They've been constructing very good team fights for the most part. Just a little bit of mal-execution here and there, and these team fights could be going back into their favor and help Gale back to this game. I am amazed. There was no vision on Kindred.
Nope, there was a vision. There was a ward right there.
Oh, barely sees him. Flashes away. Does manage to get away for the time being. Doesn't manage to avoid the zap. Rakan was gleaming quilt. Ults away. And wow, that was one barrel, and that's half of Kai'Sa's health gone.
Yep.
Crit, and who knows how much damage that does.
Just keep in mind, if he lands those barrels on you, it's about a free last whisper on that.
Yeah. The Amumu now flanking now. Hit lands with the bandage shots onto the... Well, that Lulu is just gone.
GG here is just falling apart. They're literally just floundering. They need to regroup. They need to figure out what the plan is. At this point, their only option is to stall. If they lose all 3 towers and inhibs, there's literally almost no way back into this game.
Wow, that Syndra. That Syndra does so much damage. Right, what a balanced champion, by the way. This Kai'Sa and this Annie doing as much damage as possible. The Annie does manage to get the Syndra with the triggers. Slowly doing more and more damage with his Jinx, but the resets is just popping off and just auto-attacking for days into the
This might be game right now.
I believe this is just game. It works if they just take this inhibitor reset, wait for this Baron that comes up in a minute 20, or they just end the game. Which I think is the better play.
Yeah,
Literally
this
on
is
one
game.
standing just to watch the Nexus fall. That is GG for the side of NP.
Honestly, I think GG had the right idea. They had the right plan.
I
But
agree.
Nerdy Pandas just literally outplayed them, out-macroed them, like in every aspect of the game.
This is true. I personally just think that over time, the scaling from the side of Nerdy Pandas just got the better. This Annie just didn't get ahead. This Kai'Sa didn't get ahead. The only person really putting in a lot of work was the Kindred, and the Malphite did some work. I'm gonna say he did get that solo kill on the Syndra, which is quite impressive in my eyes, but just not enough damage was put out as a team to try to mitigate something. The only thing that was really mitigated was the Amumu, but if you mitigate Amumu, he still is relevant late game. Just looking at the damage charts, yeah, Syndra did 20k damage, and that is insane. I swear she did 5k in that last fight because of how much damage her Q Scat of the Week just deletes people, and it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
I want to bring up this fact over here on GG side that, like you said, Kinder did literally most of the damage, followed up by the Malphite. But I'm just a little disappointed that the Kai'Sa only pulled out 6,000 damage in that fight.
Yeah, like just she only got the 2 items. I never saw the Manamuni actually fully stack, and that's the really hard. Did it? Okay, so I've been told it finished, but with only 2 items in comparison to I think Jinx's 3.5 at that last team fight, what were they gonna do? They played really well to try to mitigate. They tried to cut their losses. After that, Jinx got a couple kills. And they played very well. They used a lot of things bot side to kill the Kai'Sa that one time. It was just they couldn't capitalize on the what I'll call overexhaustion of resources on the side of NP to secure kills. And with that, NP is 1-0 up in the series, which does mean that GG is out of playoff contention. So personally, I want a Fiesta game because this game, I don't know how much this game needs the Nerdy Pandas. This might be their last game, so I think there should be a Fiesta game. Who doesn't like watching a Fiesta game?
I completely agree. I mean, at this point, if they somehow worked on that comp on GG side, you might as well just pop out the comfort picks and just let it be.
Honestly, just run like 580 carries. It works every time. Trust me, I played it like last week. It's actually so good.
Until that one Malphite ults them all.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. Who would you give player of the game to that game?
Honestly, I would give that to Mansberg. Like he was just being a man in that mid lane, avoiding ganks and being able to trade kills when he was ganked. Like it just seemed like he was playing out of his mind right there.
I completely agree. I do think that the Mansberg played very, very well. I think the Gangplank also played very, very well. Pushed his advantage, even with the Comet. Don't know if that was real or not. Still not quite sure. We'll find out eventually. But Styx and Krons played very well in my eyes. I also want to give shout out to Vision Lord. Piloted the con very, very well, I think. And who would you like player of the game to from the side of G?
Aside GG, we're gonna have to give that to initial JT here, man. Just for the mere fact that even though his team was behind, he was able to pick up kills. He was trying to get those 1v1s in there. He was trying to make it happen as best as he could.
I agree. The Kindred pick was very, very effective. I think just a missed ward there at the very end of the game, towards the end of the game, I feel like kind of opened the door for Nerdy Panda to just end the game super, super fast. Yeah, I'm good to go.
Yes, sir.
So, we want a Fiesta game. Do we think we're getting a Fiesta game?
Oh shit.
The Morgana ban from the side of Nerdy Pandas yet again. Possibly. I'm not quite sure on this. Oh, Master Yi ban. Well, we all knew that was coming from the side of GG.
I am back.
Um,
I don't know if that's better.
yeah. Malzahar. I think they're just going to run back the exact same bans on both sides. From what it looks like.
But why? I feel like Nerdy Pandas is gonna pick up that Malphite at this point if it's not banned.
That is a different ban from the side of Nerdy Pandas. That's the Oriana ban instead of what was it last time? I don't quite remember.
I do not remember either.
But I believe what was the other ban from this side? Silas. Silas was the other ban here. Let's see if they ban it out again. Caitlyn.
They did not.
That is Jeremy's most played champion, if I am not mistaken, who is the AD carry for Pandas. So, top lane. Who doesn't want to see the Fiesta game right now? I don't. Oh, so the Silas is first picked from the side of Nerdy Pandas. Maybe Mansford is picked. Mansford might be. Mansford is picking this up. Interesting. Oh wait, sorry, Jeremy's on Golden Guardians. They banned it away from themselves. Does the side of
I feel like that's gonna be an echo jungle there.
I after watching Worlds today, I don't know how I feel about Echo Jungle anymore. I really
honestly, I just think that the pro level, they just barely popped this out. It's barely been buffed. They just don't have it down correctly yet.
I completely agree because it went 0-4 at Worlds today for the people who don't know. Wait, who won on it? I was gonna say, I swear, because Detonation Focus Me lost both games on it. Clutch lost their first game on it.
Yep, that one was a sad game.
Yeah, we don't talk about Clutch. Also, let's talk about Dignitas Barons coming back up. 1 HP, baby, let's go. That is a Xayah Rakan from the Senator Pandas. So that Rakan pick yet again for the side of Vision Lord. Must enjoy the champion or something.
I don't agree with this Kaisa pickup on GG side. I mean, the first game they played literally did nothing for them. So why pick it up again?
Huh.
Pantheon.
Yeah, the Rakan is the Port's most played, Vision Lord's most played pick. The Pantheon is I think had 100% ban rate at Worlds today. So I'm very, very curious to see where this Pantheon goes, because Pantheon, from what I've heard, is a very flexible pick where it can go top, jungle, and my personal favorite, because I'm a support player, support. And I love it so much because point and click CC is the best CC.
You did forget mid lane.
Has been being played mid lane.
He has been played mid lane.
Oh
That
my
was what some of his recent nerfs were to get him out of the mid lane. But I'm not mistaken, he still played there rarely.
Wow, Lulu, Syndra, Malphite game playing 4 very, very quick bans here, all played in the last game. Wow. I don't even know where this draft is going to go right now because of how just... It looks like this is comfort from the side of Nerdy Pandas with their first picks, especially for the side of Bansberg. And
Riona.
3 champions for the side of Golden Guardians are... I'm sorry, what is their team name again? I keep... Guardian Gaming. That's why it's screwing me up. Because to me, it's Golden Guardian. Oh my days. I knew that one, but they're also GBM, which is Glorified Banner Minions. And to me, GBM is GBM, like pro player who plays for Super.
Oh. This Nerdy Pandas pick here, man, that's...
Darius. That's spicy. We might be getting a little bit of Fiesta, boys.
We're gonna get that Fiesta in that top side without a doubt. You have 2 early game champs that just want to fight it out.
And Nocturne. Nocturne. Okay. Nocturne mid DFM, where you at though?
I would love a Nocturne mid.
Nocturne mid, please. Put that Silas in the jungle. Put that
Who
Silas
needs Galio when you have a Nocturne?
for real. Actually, my team, because we Galio. Vigar? Vagar. Confirmed by Riot. Vagar. Because Vagar is named after a personnel at Riot. It's like Tryndamere or any of the other champions named after Riot employees. Vagar. There is a bunch. But the most famous being Tryndamere because Mark Merrill. So yeah,
I kind of like that pick on GG side there, that Vagar. Just for the mere fact that he has a lot of lockdown, even though it doesn't look like it.
he does.
But he has the ability to lock teams down.
When somebody brings up Control Mage, to me the first 2 champions that could define me a Control Mage are Vagar and Anivia. Because what do? Literally control an entire circle of the map.
Could see that.
Those are the 2 champions when it's like, name me a Control Mage. Vagar and Anivia. Those are the 2 I say.
I would like to add a third on that list, Orianna.
Orianna,
controlling that space with that ball.
Yep. You always have to be aware of the Orianna ball. Because as soon as you take your eyes off it, that's when you get
the ult.
The shockwave.
Those are the best ults.
Who else is what I can sure. Any? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, I think we're stretching a little bit too far.
No, he's talking about the names. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Those aren't even mages. Let's check this Reddit thread, guys. We're gonna list them all off for you. I'm actually curious about this, like very much so.
Honestly, in this next matchup we got going on here, I honestly do think that Nerdy Pandas is just gonna steamroll this game. Their team is just so much better at it.
Vagar, Annie, Dr. Mundo is based off a guy named Ed Mundo. Okay, interesting. Ezreal, Irelia's French jokes. Oh my. Maokai's an anagram for I am Oak. That's actually so big brain. I really respect that. Mordekaiser's name is derived from the online identity of Jen Stitch Lamb, the girlfriend of the Riot designer. Nunu is the name of one of the developers' dogs. Shaco, Shaco, whatever you want to call it. It's an anagram of chaos. Tryndamere, Udyr. There's a lot of champions named after Riot employees, or apparently wives of Riot employees or girlfriends. There was a couple of those.
That makes sense, I guess.
Anyways, back to the draft, because that's what's important here. Yeah, is win conditions. What are we saying?
Honestly, on the side of GG, they're gonna have to hope that Pantheon's able to get a good early game into that, so that way he at least gets items, so he doesn't fall off too hard. The
Yep.
Echo, I honestly do not agree with it right now, just for the mere fact that even in pro play, it's not being played very well. For the most part, GG's win condition is gonna be able to lock nerdy Pandas down with the Vagar, Cage into the Echo Stun, and
That's what I
just
was
try to
thinking.
stack the CC.
With
But
the
I mean, it
Leona
just seems
with the Leona ulti,
exactly. But I mean, if
literally make
it's
someone a baby and cage them up. That's their game plan, and I
well,
love
I
that.
mean, I don't know about you, but my friends and I, we call Vagar's Little Stun the baby cage.
Yeah,
But
I feel like a lot.
exactly. But like, I just feel it's like the same team that they had last game. If they miss one ult or they miss one CC, I mean, they have to run. They got nothing left to fight with.
I mean, at least with Echo, you can disengage after missing pretty thoroughly.
Yeah. I am just terrified for Ricky Ninja over here because that's an extremely volatile matchup no matter how you see it, and whoever messes up on either side is not going to have a fun time. I am disappointed that that is not a Nocturne mid. Oh god, that would be dirty. Vagar Yumi bot lane, that would be dirty. I'd feel bad for her have to play into that. Oh no, I see that, but I was thinking more like Yumi can slow, so no matter what, you're stuck in that baby cage. Hmm. I'm honestly hoping to see most of this action right now, but I honestly do think the action is going to be mostly on that top lane and mid lane, honestly. And I say mid lane just because Silas is one of those fun to see champions that's just going to want to try to all in, CC, just beat the crap out of you because he can. And top lane, we have these two early game champions that are quite reliant on taking leads early. Bot lane, I honestly think GG's going to play as a little passively at this point. After last game, I don't think they're going to try to be too aggro. Plus Zaya Rakan, that's just such a deadly combo to play into. Um, I'm gonna predict this right now. This game's gonna end around the 25-minute mark. There's just no way it'll last any longer. Going into this loading screen here. Honestly, I want GG to win just to have that little upset. But I mean, God, they make it so hard when they play such a similar team to their last game. Oh, I don't know if you guys know this or have seen it, but there is an AD Assassin Echo build floating around. And it's quite deadly if used correctly and if it gets the lead. It looks like it's going to be the average 5-point defense here. No more funny stuff for this game, I guess. Up or not. Yep, looks like
30
it.
seconds
5-point
until minions
defense.
spawn.
Pretty much the same spots as the last game. Nothing too interesting right now. Just trying to figure out where everyone's at.
Sorry about that. I didn't think the stream wanted to hear my parents just yelling for no reason.
Tell them I say hi.
I will after the game.
Minions have
Just now they've gone away to not be a nuisance. Anyways, I'm kind of sad to not see Predator Veigar just to make sure you always hit the baby cage, I'm going to be honest. Or the Glacial Augment. I'm also kind of sad to see Aftershock Darius. It kind of makes me sad a little bit.
I mean, I understand why he would do that to negate or cut some of that early game Pantheon damage, but I mean, at the same time, Conquer, man. Why would you pass up on that?
Conquer, Phase Rush.
It's in the name that you're going to win. You're going to be a conqueror, man.
Yeah, this Pantheon is ruthless. You literally get nothing because he has no other CC. Wait, does this W count? I'm gonna be honest. I played Darius support one time with Aftershock and it worked out way too well for me. Like, I went like 7-2 in like 30. And I got like a Quadra.
It's one of those things, one of those kill lane kind of things. If it gets ahead, it's going to stay ahead.
Level 2 for the side of GG and goes in and gets a
That
very
was a good trade.
Except the Nocturne's down here. No mana though, really. No spell shield.
Keep in mind. Oh, they just hit level 2.
They just hit level 2. Barely. Flash expended from both sides. Flash expended from a lot of parties. Ignite thrown down as well. But that level, that was very, very sketch from both sides in a lot of ways.
GG played that extremely well, though. I have to give him props on that.
And my favorite rune in the entire game is Hex Flash. Look at that. That is a Leona with Hex Flash. I couldn't be happier right now.
Like a man.
Hex Flash, if you don't run Hex Flash on a support with any hook, okay, Nautilus is an exception. If you don't run it on, oh,
Here comes the gank on the top side.
Flash W.
That should be a free kill. Really good gank, really well planned.
Ignite thrown down? Oh, it doesn't get the auto. The Kaisa gets in range for that auto. That Rakan is surely dead. Ah, how unfortunate for the side. Mansberg just sitting in the bush. Wow, level advantage.
That was interesting. No, the shield.
Echo lives.
Echo played that really well. If that
Echo
shield was
played
just
that
a little
really
bit
well.
later.
Mansberg definitely could have. Oh, flash forward from the. Flash forward. Oh.
Pantheon's in a bad spot.
Pantheon's probably dead. Yeah, that's a dead Pantheon. Yeah. That was. Ooh, flash. Oh, the Zenith Raid just barely misses the umbrella. No, the umbrella.
I am loving this aggro that GG's popping out here.
Bro, honestly, they have nothing to lose anymore. They can play as alpha as they're feeling it today. But I hope they just absolutely. They should literally just let themselves get absolutely stomped, but keep making aggressive plays. Or just make aggressive plays and win the game. Either or really works for a lot of teams. They're trying to back though. The Kaisa does get back.
Ooh, that was so close.
That was so close. That was kind of sketch, but very ballsy, and I appreciate it. They're going. Oh, they apprehend misses from the side of the Darius. First back tier. Now let me explain to people who play AD carry, who play Ezreal and Kaisa specifically. You don't buy tier on your first back. I highly don't recommend against it. Here is why. Yes, you can start stacking your tier super early, but you have no trading power whatsoever.
Oh, flash force down in that bot side there.
Flash forced. lots of pings going down onto that. They want the jungle. They want initial JT to know that flash is burnt, and this is a free kill bot lane.
And as you were saying, I agree with you on that tier. I mean, it makes no sense to go for tier as the first item when you can just probably get a Sheen on an Ezreal or at least a pickaxe on the Kai'Sa to just do a little more.
Yep, because now you have no trading power, you have no real pushing power, you have no sustained damage, and it sucks. It was
Nerdy Pandas won that first game, quite convincingly, might I add.
Yeah. I personally don't even like tier on Kai'Sa, I'm gonna be honest. Anyways. A lot of, wow, 2-minute knock grand entrance from the side of Vision Lord.
That was extremely well played by the Echo there.
4 people on the bot side can't go get too aggressive from the side of this Echo. Doesn't have ulti to really... Baby, guess what? That, please tell me this is a dead... Yeah, let's go. Let's go, GG.
Oh, impressive flash there.
Side of Vision Lord. Oh, 2-man stun from the parallel convergence. This Leon is taking so much damage. No one's damaging her. That's another kill for
What is going on?
Initial JT is going to be able to dash forward with the... What is this E called? Oh no. Oh no, what is this E called?
I have no idea.
Phase dive. Phase dive. Wow. This Darius is...
Honestly, Pantheon should just fight this. He should honestly fight that.
He's
yes,
fine.
yes.
He's fine.
Oh no! Pantheon, you have to charge it!
Oh, what is... Why? I'm blanking on so many summoner spell names right now. But this Vigar is now 2-0 up. And that's a Vigar. And we all know what happens to the Vigars who are 2-0 up.
Yeah, it's not fun. Alright, so Nerdy Pandas has 6 wins, so it's literally impossible for GG to catch up at this point.
Does that mean all the playoff teams are locked in Ionia? Okay. So almost all the playoff seeds are locked. That would be 30 Pandas and washed up One Tricks. Not Tempest, is it? Who's the other team? Who's the team that can switch in from Nerdy Pandas?
I'm enjoying this aggression in this top lane battle stage.
Team Tempest. Nerdy Pandas.
Pantheon is dead. Good gank by Eucarius here.
Eucarius here, use the ultimate, flashes forward, gets the kill.
Oh, that baby cage.
Baby cage. Echo gonna clean up some minions on the top side of the map. Lots of vision in both sides of the river, but Infernal Dragon should be a large point of contention right now at the 9-minute 39 mark. Luden's Echo coming in quickly, I would assume, for this Vigar. So, 700 gold off of it. Sorcerer shoots Rush from the side of the Silas.
Oh, impressive play there, but it just works out.
Teleport used by the Darius. I just realized I had direct camera on Darius this whole time. Anyway. Oh. That would make him 4-4, right? They're at 4-4. Oh. Do you know who it's against? If you don't, that's fine. I'm just curious. Oh. Well then. That makes things look like that, doesn't it?
Semis.
They'd have to tie.
Clearing up some boards there.
Oh, yeah. No, I think that's our fault, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, solo kill onto the Kai'Sa. Xayah going flash for flash. Oh, no, just Xayah using flash to make sure she gets that kill. That's a little bit of an overextension, clear vision from the Leona. Cost the AD carry and support their lives, and that's a 2 for 0 for the side of Nerdy Pandas.
GG is playing his way better than the first game. I will give him credit for that. But
Wow, I can't believe this Darius is actually trying to. What's that thing that Singe does called again?
macro, I mean no, proxy.
Proxy. And now he's dead. He's just dead. There's one champion that proxies really well, guys, and it's Singed. If you try to proxy on another champion, you're either running into me. Oh my days! That was,
That was perfect.
oh my gosh, Leona, that was, and Maulus, that was a disgusting play. GG Ricky.
Pantheon.
Ooh.
Being a man, oh my god, that was beautiful by Pantheon, buying so much time for the team to get to that fight.
True, and the Nocturne is probably just dead here unless he can back safely. Does he try to die to the turret? Oh, yeah, it goes chasing him down. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. That's an execute. Unlucky for the side of GG. I'll also do it just to make sure. I'll do it for my team too, because I'm wasting potential.
All we have to say is, shame on you, GG, for not putting in your stats. Shame.
Not that much shame. It could be us too. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not.
Shame on both of you.
Yeah, it was. And they just. He said he put it in again, and I'm like, I doubt you actually did. But whatever. I'll talk to him afterwards. And, waste potential 2-0. Yeah, wasted potential has a perfect record right now, as an aside.
Because you haven't played us yet.
You're in Noxus, we're in Ionia. How would that even be possible?
It's because we're too good to be in your division.
Okay, let's scrim. I'm down. I'll try to get my team to scrim. We haven't
Let's
played
go.
in ages.
We're down for a scrim.
Alright, you guys are hearing this first. Scrims are being made. You guys should also scrim each other and try to improve your team, improve team coordination, because that's the easiest way to get better as a team, because this is a team game. Highly
General
recommend.
understanding of the map.
Yep. And team coordination, communication is really, really crucial. Anyways, back to the game, which we haven't really talked about all that much recently. Game state right now is actually ahead for the side of Guardian Gaming. They're actually up a K gold, which is quite impressive. It's probably pretty much all in this Vigard. Yep.
You gotta be fair though. The gold difference has been swaying back and forth almost every minute and a half because of team fight.
That's the explosion onto the Kai'Sa, but a lot of ultimate spenders here. The Leona slowly getting away. Ultimate burn the Echo, but I think he's gonna die anyways. He does. That's a double kill towards the Kai'Sa, and Darius is gonna continue to try to proxy the wave, and it's really getting on my nerves. I don't like proxying. I don't think it's a good thing. Except saying,
Okay.
oh,
Do you
maybe
play top?
me? No, I play support.
Okay. Yeah, so mostly what happens in that top lane is if you're playing a character that has an extremely big lead or snowballs really hard, the whole point of proxying that is if you're ahead, you know for a fact that that top laner will not be able to fight you realistically, even if you're in that minion lane. And by doing that, you're not only getting free damage on their turret, you're also able to deny at least 1 or 2 CS depending on how well they do it under tower.
That's information that I didn't know. Anyway, shutdown onto the Nocturne from the Vigar. That was a very big bounty. I believe that was 700 gold in the pockets of the Nocturne right there. And the Darius also stealing away the red buff from the Echo, which is very unfortunate. Also, don't play Echo jungle. It's really bad. Everybody says it got buffed, but it's actually not that easy to play.
All I'm gonna say is I'm popping that out top lane.
Yeah, Jarvan and Lee Sin, still pretty good picks, guys. Sejuani, Gragas, still pretty good picks, guys. I'm not trying to tell you how to play the game, but they're currently better choice the game. You may be an Echo One trick, and that's okay. I respect you for that. But
I'm a chill one trick. Throwing that out there.
disgusting.
Oh,
Like the champion. Oh, that's 2 ultimates burned onto the Pantheon. This Pantheon started pretty well, but slowly gone down. In farm, in KDA, gold, and the early game champion that is Pantheon is slowly falling off hard.
honestly, I just think it was just a slight. Like he just didn't understand the champion well enough to take advantage of it early. He was making such good trades early,
Yeah,
but he just could never capitalize on it.
not there.
Oh no!
Oh,
That's
no.
the oh. There's the flash. Oh no! That's dead Leona.
That's an ultimate burn.
Okay, she's out.
Leona still lives somehow. Oh, the Zai is gonna try to 1v1. Oh, flash is burned from multiple parties there. And the Vigar gets one shot. The blade
The
Caller.
feathers.
The blade caller. Oh my gosh. Also the Bramble Vest coming up from Darius. Very good buy considering a lot of damage comes from these champions auto attacks.
I really hope Pantheon's not gonna build a timeout right now. He's behind. At this point, he should just get an Executioner's call in and move towards a tankier role.
I'm gonna be honest, that's a time. That's a Tiamat.
Oh god, no. Oh, here comes the fight. 2 dead on the side of GG.
They got the Zaya. That's a trade kill. You can maybe call that one. They might have lost Rift, but you.
I believe that was a 4v4.
No way.
Oh god, no. Whoa!
Wow, Vigar is a great champion. We like that. That was insane. Nocturne ults. Let's check. I want to see what he. Oh, he's dead right now. I can't check. I'll wait until he's less dead and then I'll check.
So he's less dead.
Oh,
Aw.
there's pause. We'll find out what the pause is. Maybe, probably never. We'll keep you guessing. But anyways, it gives us time to talk about game state.
Honestly, I mean, GG still has a way into this game. They do have the Kaisa and the Veigar scaling at least going for them. They have their comp has that identity. It's another AoE stun lock kind of team they want to go with. So they just need to play around it this time. They're doing perfectly fine. It's just when they go for these skirmishes or they're just not respecting Nerdy Panda's ability here that they're ahead and have free reign over the map.
And this is a very kill-heavy game. There's 26 kills in 19 minutes.
We asked. So.
But
am so sad. He is gonna build that Titanic Hydra onto that Pantheon. I mean,
It
yes.
could be a Ravenous one.
Well, I'm just saying Titanic because he picked up that what's that? The ruby crystal there.
We don't know yet. We're really hoping. Point of topic, the Silas still doesn't have a full item.
I had not noticed that, and
He's still doing really, really well.
yeah,
And this is why Silas continues to get nerfs.
I completely agree. I just do not think he should have both a shield and a heal, regardless of how they change his shield.
He's kind of an overloaded champion, but we can have a talk about that some other time, like on the midcast, guys. Check
Dun,
it out
dun, dun.
whenever that happens. I don't run that show. I'm a support player. Don't put me on midcast. I'm not competent. I play Rise mid lane, and I have a reputation in my friend group of going 0-16, so it's a really great time.
Alrighty.
The best I've ever done on him, I think, is 3-9, and that wasn't
That
in
takes
an
a
ARAM.
skill.
My bet, I pop off on him in an ARAM because it's ARAM,
Yeah.
and also no one tries to damage the Rise for no reason. It makes no sense to me. But yeah. Currently, this Kaisa is yet again down in gold, down in farm, down in map priority. Is 503 mana out of 750 into his mana Mune. This Vygar has his broken stopwatch. Leona has boots and mobility, so they can try to make plays. This team has ways to get back into the game with picks, but who are they going to pick off to make these plays?
Honestly, at this point, they gotta pick off whoever. Try to force a 4v5 into that. I mean, it doesn't matter what happens, but if they're gonna try to go for a pick, they need to make sure they get the damn pick. If not, they have nothing to fight anyone else with.
This is true.
I honestly think at this point they should just focus on controlling those sideways as best as they can, reset them, set up so it pushes out towards Nerdy Pandas to give them some breathing room, and then just keep grouping up nonstop to try to force team fights. Their team fight is realistically better.
Okay, plays resuming back up again. We're back into the game. Looks like the side of Nerdy Pandas is setting up for the dragon, like only a cloud dragon. I thought that was the TP, I'm gonna be honest. Echo's W looks like a TP, but that's good on. When not paying attention, at least. That might just be me. But this to highlight, this Darius and the Silas have bounties on them, so I feel like those should be the priority members that they might be trying to wanna pick off for one for. But in an overall team fight, I have a feeling that the Xayah is probably still your main target, as she's probably one of their greatest sources of damage to this point in the game.
I completely agree with you there. Just because of that lethal tempo she has going on with her attack speed steroid she got going on.
Essentially, a free Cloud Dragon goes over the side of 30 Pandas. Now I'm gonna check out how much AP this Vygar has now that he's not dead, so I can check. He has 144 bonus AP. He currently has 353. Needs Rabadons, and that's what I feel like he's building right now with that first needlessly large rod. He can back and get another one, or he could be going into a Spellbinder. Who knows? I was wrong last time. I thought it was going to Spellbinder. It was a Death Cap. I really like Spellbinder as an item. I think it's one of the best AP items in the game. And the Kaisa gets her second item with a Rage Blade, and is half an item behind the Xayah, which isn't as bad as last game, all fairness. But, Hi-RS, you said you watched Worlds today. What do you think the main difference between going Dark Harvest and Electrocute is on Echo Jungle?
Honestly, Electrocute just gives you more burst. It's more efficient. You don't have to rely on HP bars to proc it. You know, it's there at all times. It's reliable.
So what
Wow.
would you suggest to somebody who is playing Jungle Echo?
Honestly, I myself do not have much experience, but I know a person who plays quite a lot of it. And with the changes they've made to him, I honestly do think that Tank Echo would make a comeback most likely if he goes into the jungle.
Like
Just
you're
because of
saying,
how
Tank Echo of old, where it's like Protobelt into like what the Karma tank top is, like the Spirit Visage and
honestly,
this.
I would go straight up Bruiser with that. Just because of all the free shielding. Oh shit. There goes the fight. Veigar is gone.
Both sides, the Echo in the back line trying to get some work done. The Kai'Sa trying to go forward to kill somebody, but just takes so much damage from all the sources on the map, and that's 5 for one team fight. Only person going down is that Rakan, and that's not the member you really care all that much about.
That might be GG with that.
I don't know if it's GG. I think they definitely break inhibitor.
Oh, you know, you're right. I was assuming that the death timers are a little bit longer. You're right.
I think they'll at least get a charge onto the mid lane from Shelly.
I'm pretty sure they can take that inhib at this point. I mean, they have no real reason to back.
They get that inhib for sure. The jungle and the support should definitely go try to clear out some vision. Oh, what?
Ooh!
Wow. Ah,
All that mechanical skill right there, folks. That's what you want to see.
I liked that one. I really was impressed with that play. I don't think I've ever seen anything better.
That was just amazing.
Amazing. I love that. Yeah, and it might sound like we're being a little bit sarcastic here, but genuinely speaking, on another point, way to pick off the Xayah.
I mean, they need anything at this point.
They need anything at this point. Maybe burning flash for it, not that word. Oh, skirmish in the jungle between the Echo and the Nocturne. Nocturne ulti used. Looks like he's getting collapsed upon by. Oh, that's a very dead Nocturne.
That is another kill and more stacks for the Veigar.
That's more stacks for that Veigar, and guess what? He now has death cap. Let's check his AP. That would be 634.
Still not enough.
Still not enough. We need 1,000. We need the nightly special 1,000 AP Janna jungle one shot.
I would like to note that there is honestly no real MR on the side of Nerdy Pandas. They have no MR whatsoever, except I believe Zeke's Convergence.
This is true. It does give like 65 MR, I believe. Let me check.
30 MR.
Oh, sorry. It's a 65 for the shielding item, Locket. The Mana Moon has completed into the Mana for the Kai'Sa, so a little bit more damage coming out here. Hasn't bought an item in a really long time. It's only sitting on 850 gold, which is fair, and it's burning down, and there is no jungle.
EG has no idea this is even going on. I mean, they have to suspect it just about, like, they're not on the map, and they have control of it. I mean, they need to know what's going on.
Logically, I feel like they should know, but yeah,
Oh,
all those pings coming down just onto the Dragon Pit, and just they're raw. This Darius is just sitting on. Oh my, that's a flash word from the Darius. Oh, that's an ulti, and 16 Crones is just a monster on this champion right now. 7-2, and is slowly regenning. Oh, that's a Pantheon ulti. This could be the game-ending team fight right here. Flashing backwards, Pantheon.
he has no escape.
A little bit of caught out here. The Nocturne ulti being used. That Vision Lord takes that kill, and presently has 15 out of 24 KP. So does Mansberg at this point as well.
All right, guys. If you have no vision, or if you're behind, it's probably not the best idea to be walking into random bushes. Just throwing that out there.
There's that Tiamat you dreaded.
Yep. Look, you see, he's trying to go for that Titanic. So I mean, in a way, I mean, okay, good for you, man. Okay choice. But come on, you could have gone like a Thormail to reduce some of the healing that they're gonna have, or an Executioner at least.
This guy is gonna back for a completed item, I believe. That's the IE
Infinity.
That is the Infinity Edge. Man, I'd love
That
with Orin. That could be a Molten Edge, but no one plays
she's
Orin.
going for the 100% crit build right there.
She is indeed. I believe that's. She currently has.
90, I think.
Hold on. I can check. Has 85. She needs a Zeal item. Then she has it.
Yep.
And she does 700 damage to those minions with those crit autos. That's insane. This is so far ahead. Does Vision or might be getting caught out trying to put down his namesake might be betraying him in this scenario. Incredible force from the Echo and just taking so much damage, has to do his Chrono Break away. Echo ulti down. I mean, not a very long cooldown from the recent buffs. This might use too. I think I've seen this before. I believe I've actually seen this game play out before. The Darius
Why would you ult so soon?
I honest to God, I think I've seen that exact scenario happen in a game I watched earlier this season. I don't remember what game it was, but I swear on that exact play. And Darius split pushing against the Vygar and just diving him under tower because he's super bad. I could not tell you what game it was, but I swear I've seen that play before in this league this season.
Wouldn't doubt it. Darius is honestly, I wouldn't say a major pick, but he is picked quite often in our league.
For a lot of
Red team's inhibitor
that is
Oh no, the minion got him at that second.
damage. The Baron did so much work on that Echo.
Yeah.
Darius is 9-2. Silas is 4-2. Doing so much work. I'm curious to see the damage graphs at the end of this game. That is a lot of Baron minions. That's an ultimate forward from the Khan, the Grand Entrance, an ultimate forward from the Knock.
Looking like GG here.
Lots of damage coming through. Does Leona live? Does the Leona live?
Kaisa died in their fountain.
Darius died in the fountain. That's nice. That's a 5 for 1. They take those ones.
No,
Anyways,
okay. Darius killed Kaisa in her fountain, then he died.
Oh, well, that's unlucky. Well then.
I mean,
That's a 2-0. GG's to both sides. The second game I felt like was a little bit more upsided than the first. The first had a lot of contention, had a lot going on, a lot of back and forth. This game had a lot of back and forth at the start. There was exchange of gold leads quite a few times, but I feel like a couple champions got a little too bit out of hand towards the end there.
I totally agree. Honestly, I do think GG did pretty well, all things considered. Even they did okay in game 2, that early game. They kept trading, they kept making it so that the game was even for the majority. They just need to work on some of the minor things like macro and actual play calling and wards. They need wards.
Yeah,
Too many times they would just walk out trying to help the teammate and get caught for it.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't really help when 3 champions on the enemy team are out damaging your fed ass Vygar.
Oh,
17k, 17k, 15k on the Darius, Silas, Zaya, respectively. With the Nocturne not all that far off, in all honesty.
and just like you said, that Echo Jungle didn't do anything.
Yeah, Echo Jungle, go ahead and play it, guys. It went 0-4 at Worlds. If pro players can't win on it, I wouldn't expect anyone else to.
I just don't think anyone understands how to actually use it yet.
I honest to God don't. I think it's way better in mid lane as an assassin because his W is a lot less telegraphed. Like when you see a W on a gank, is like really you see it way ahead of time. It makes the gank really telegraphed, and for that reason, it makes Echo a really easy thing to get away from because all he really has as a gap closer is his phase dive.
Okay, well, hear me out here, man. Hear me out here. So, I said earlier that there was this AD assassin build on Echo going around, and what it uses is that how they buffed the animation on his jump. So I mean, it's instant now.
Mhm.
And what that did in terms of items is if you're running something like Static Shiv, the Static Shiv will proc first. So it's Static Shiv and then you actually jump to do the damage, and then auto, and you get an instant electrocute. So
Oh,
it's that change. And then with Duskblade, if you jump out of that bush, you're getting an instant electrocute plus blade proc, and you're just able to burst people down.
yeah. I like the concept, the theory craft there. I like it a lot. But in
Uh,
execution, I like to.
I gotta give the props where it's due. I'm not the one who figured that out. I honestly don't know. I just know my coach, Ultimate Ace, was the one that brought that up to me, and it is insane.
It seems pretty. It's pretty big brain. I'm gonna say. Anyways, who would you give player of this game to?
Overall, I would probably give player of the game to Styx Crones at this point, man. Just because once he had that lead, he went with it. He
Yeah.
was getting those 1v1 picks. He didn't care. He just ran away with it
Going
at that
on.
point.
And who would you give player of the series?
Player of the series. Ooh, I would honestly say I want to say Mansberg, but he just didn't do much in game two, to be honest.
It looks like he didn't do that much because he only had 6 kills in comparison to 6 in Crohn's 10, but he did almost as much damage.
That is true. That is true.
So if you said Mansberg, I don't think anybody would really be upset with you.
Yeah, you're right. He did about 2,000 more damage in his ADC. Yeah, Mansberg did work.
Mansberg did work in both games. Uh, I'm going to give a shout out to the bot laners from the side of um, wow, Nerdy Pandas, because Vision Lord played a very good recon in both games, was adaptive builds from what I remember. Um, had some very good recon engages, even though the champion slowly be getting weaker and weaker, and it makes me very, very sad as a recon player from last season, where his instant engages were absolutely beautiful and so much fun to play. And Numentum piloted the Jinx in game one very, very well, as the Zaya in game two. The Lovers Jewel did very, very well as well, I would say. Um, what would you give if you were to give a pity player of the game to the side of GG in game two? Who would you give?
Player of the game.
Yeah, for the side of GG.
You got to give it to Skippy, man. Skippy played his heart out as best as he could there,
I agree.
using that Vagar to make sure he picked up kills. I mean, he tried.
He clearly knew the damage. He clearly knew the damage, which was nice. I respect that. When you know damage is on your champion, it's like when you can be like, I can all in him right now. If you, I love it when people know that kind of thing.
I completely agree. You need to know the champion you're playing.
Yep. I would also like to give special shout out to the support, Emialis, I'm gonna say. Um, had some very nice Leona onto
Yeah,
that recon in lane phase, which I was very, very impressed with. I think the game played it very, very well. Leona is a very good champion, and I think is super underrated in pro play, and I don't understand why it's not picked more often, unless it's Ignar, because Ignar is Ignar.
mhm.
I
I
just,
mean, I completely agree with you there.
yeah, honestly, uh, to me, initial JT didn't get to do as much work. I feel like the Echo jungle, to me, Echo jungle isn't necessarily first pick priority, as it is has been shown. But maybe if we can find that it's a counter matchup to something as like a community, I feel like Echo jungle could be insane. Like something, I feel like it could be something good into something like Zac, because the Zac has a really poor clear, just like Echo's early game clear is. Or
I
was
could see that.
like I could see it as a counter pick. I don't think it's first pick priority like it has been at World, or first pick like it was in this game here. Also, side note, Styx and Crohn's was 4 levels up on Ninja.
Oof. Honestly, I think Ricky Ninja had a really good early game. He was trading blow for blow as best as he could, but I think it's just the experience difference in the lane that eventually Ricky Ninja just like did not want to fight.
Yeah,
And I really do think that if he saved his shield for that Darius ultimate, he would have been able to trade and make those fights efficiently over and over again. But the way he was trying to make those trades was the average just jump in, shield, poke, and Q.
yeah,
But yeah, once you get used to these champions a little more, you got to understand that you have to change up the way you're comboing these skills to be effective.
I agree completely. Anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching. Final score line was a 2-0 for the side of Nerdy
Nerdy
Pandas,
Pandas.
which puts them into playoff content, keeps them in playoff contention, possibly in I think they might be locked for playoffs from what I remember. And
Yeah, they're locked in first, aren't they?
no, not first. They have 4
Just
losses.
locked in general.
I think they're locked for playoffs. I think at least 4th seed, which is the last
There
seed
you
in playoffs,
go.
correctly. And unfortunately, this 0-2 loss for the side of Golden Guardian Gaming. I got it. Knocks them out of playoffs officially because they can't pull out enough wins to catch up to Nerdy Pandas, who I believe is the Guardian team, the gatekeepers. That's the word. The playoffs.
There you go.
So yeah, maybe I'm gonna pull up the the standings for myself just to see what it's looking like right now. Yeah. So current with that win, it puts Nerdy Pandas at 7-5, which puts them currently in 3rd place. And I believe that might be all their games. Hold on, 1, 2. Yeah, yes, that would be all their games. So they wait, yeah. The remaining teams all have a game left. Happy Campers GG. Who was their last game against? Guardian Gaming. But what was their game against? Uh, so they would lose tiebreaker. Huh. Lose all 4 games. They'd have to get 2 twice. Yeah, who was, if you don't know, dead last in the league. Um, yeah, that's their last game of the season. But who knows? Who knows? Um, yeah, but I know Wasted Potential plays Team Tempest and Washed Up One Tricks over the weekend. Or sorry, they play Friday and Sunday respectively. I don't remember which team is which day, but those 2 games are to me should be really must watches, as all these teams are, I would say, are probably our favorites and probably have the highest possibility of winning playoffs. Winning the whole thing. So I think those 2 games. I'm not trying to gas my own team up. It might sound like it because it probably kind of am at the same time. But I also is Team Tempest has 2 series left as well, do they not? Oh no, they won it. Wasted Potential. Wasted Potential plays Team Tempest and Wash Up One Tricks. Nerdy Pandas is done. Wash Up One Tricks plays Wasted Potential. Fat to Kite. Happy Campers GG play Guardian Gaming, and that's the rest of the Ionian division. Is it really now? Not on stream because that would be. That's
That
very
would be
very
magic.
magic. We actually have 2 streams running, guys. Go check it out. Anyways, really great cast. I had a great time. Thank you, Ansem, for hosting, and thank you, Hyris, for casting with me.
Yeah, it was fun.
Anyways, GG's to both sides of the teams. Hope you guys continue to improve, and good luck in the rest of your games. And have a good night, everybody.
We are out.
Good night, everybody.